אלה הדברים אשר דיבר משה את כל ישראל בעבר ירדן. These are the words that Moses addressed to all Israel on the other side of the Jordan. Rabbi Yitz Greenberg writes, when the book of Numbers ends, which we ended last week, Moses' life is in ruins. An honest judgment of his life would have to rate it as a failure. The people he led out of Egypt with a promise that they would be taken to a homeland where they would live free as God's people were definitively condemned to die in the desert. We read that in Numbers 14. He goes on to teach Moses' impassioned plea to experience the land of Israel himself was rejected. He could catch a glimpse of it, but he could never enter the Holy Land. His siblings, Miriam and Aaron, his closest associates for a lifetime, his indispensable co-leaders in coping with the insatiable demands and the unending challenges of the Israelites, died, leaving him alone and bereft. This Shabbat, we enter the last book of the Torah, Devarim, which is a sign, as I mentioned earlier, that the holidays are right around the corner. In fact, this Monday night is Erev Tisha B'Av. You can join us online on Monday. Tisha B'Av is the last holiday of the Jewish year, the sign that the High Holy Days are only 7 weeks away. Panicked yet? Imagine how your new senior rabbi feels. So I want us to step into Moses' sandals right now. He stands on the other side of the Jordan, looking into a land that he will never be able to enter. His plea denied, his greatest confidence gone. He has this one last moment, and he realizes this is his opportunity to offer a final teaching, a senior sermon, a final life lesson. Moshe be'er et haTorah, it says in the Parsha. Moses undertook to expound this teaching, haTorah, this teaching. So what would you teach if you were Moses? What would be your final lesson to those you love, to those you led, to those you leave behind? In verse 5 in our Parsha, we learn something vital. Moses begins to teach upon his teachings. The scholars talk about this book being a complete repetition of everything else in the Torah, and yet it's a little different. There are tweakings. There are slight changes. Moses, a great teacher, a great leader, realizes when his time has come to offer his last gift, he needs to take the time to drash, to offer words of meaning. Devarim, we translate as Deuteronomy, but it comes from the root ledaber, words. This book is called words. He goes on and he reminds the people in Devarim 1:9. I said to you, I cannot bear the burden of you by myself. Scholars teach with this verse, Moses recalls how he announced that the responsibility of leading the people and of especially meditating their disputes and mediating them was too big for him to bear alone. He directs the people to choose wise and respected representatives from each of the tribes to serve as their leaders, as their judges. Moses is reminding his community that they must organize together to support him, to share responsibility with him, to help co-create the community that they crave. And he's speaking to Joshua, the future leader of those people, reminding him as well that he must co-create in sacred partnership with these people long after he is gone. No one leader can build and rebuild alone. They require the support and the efforts of those who are wise in their community. Together, in this sacred partnership, they will build. Moses is reminding his community of this as he is about to pass on his leadership to Joshua, caring for his people and for the future leaders. Kol Ami, we too must share responsibility. As we create a new Kol Ami, I am reminded that we are only as strong as the supports that we put in place for one another. No board, no rabbi, no president, no lay leader, no congregant can create a revived Kol Ami alone. No, instead, together we create. Together we co-create. Together we partner, we imagine, we dream, we fundraise, we plan, we connect, we uplift to make Kol Ami's future happen. Moses reminds us of sacred partnership, that it is needed in order to realize our dreams. So I want to invite you tonight to join me as we prepare for a new Jewish year, a high holiday season, a new Kol Ami. There are so many ways for you to get involved. Volunteer your time, come to support our programs online or in person, offer to host a Meet the Rabbi event in the coming months, sponsor an oneg, offer to make calls or to invite your friends or your old friends or your new friends to be with us for sacred moments. Help get the word out. Fundraise, plan, and execute a new Kol Ami. This Shabbat is also called Shabbat Hazon because of the Haftorah that we read on Shabbat, the Shabbat before Tisha B'Av. It is called a Shabbat of vision because on this Shabbat, we are invited to imagine the rebuilding of a third temple, the rabbis of old say, or as we progressive Jews imagine, we are invited to think about the rebuilding of our future. Kol Ami, we are in a precious moment in time, a Shabbat of vision. I want to invite you to imagine. Imagine a fully funded once-a-month Shabbat dinner here at Kol Ami, where you arrive, you seat with new friends on our roof, you're served a gourmet meal, you get to know people you don't know, you get to know better people that you do, you light the Shabbat candles, you hear a short teaching from your rabbi, you connect with an intriguing question. I want to invite you to hear the sounds of an incredible musical tefillah team supported by our music fund that is overflowing. I want to invite you to feel the joy you have as we walk the surrounding mountains and trails of Los Angeles, as you learn some Torah with me and you meet some new people, getting to move your body and enjoy the beauty that Los Angeles has to offer. I want to invite you to feel the accomplishment you have when you realize you've completed a year of deep study of Torah or Talmud or Psalms or Haftorah that have helped you wrap texts around your heart and your life. And I want to invite you to see the light in your eyes return as you pray and you daven the morning blessings on a screen with other Kol Ami friends and members, being uplifted by our weekly morning minyan online. And bring to mind the laughter that will fill this room as you clack tiles, learning mahjong or playing hand and foot. And there's another card game that I forgot the name of, meeting new friends, learning the art of these ancient games, and gathering, connecting. I pray that each soul who enters our space here at Kol Ami, whether it be virtually online or physical, in presence, finds the joy and the uplift that our spirit and our prayers and our music and your clergy can offer. I pray that we build a community who cares deeply for one another, for those in our community who are in need, for those in our surrounding community, and for those in our world at large. I pray we learn and we are uplifted by the richness of our text and our tradition. And I pray that together we rise up to be the voice of our people, Kol Ami, in sacred partnership, lay leader and board of directors, congregant to congregant, LGBTQIA plus community, and straight allies. Kol Ami, this is the season of turning. It is almost time to speak of teshuvah, of turning and returning. And may this last book of the Torah and this last upcoming holiday of the Jewish year lead us to turn towards a vibrant Kol Ami, a vibrant future. Kadima Kol Ami, Kadima. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.